This is the home of the renowned Clipper Vac systems and the Pennsylvania Academy of Pet Grooming. Both are housed under the umbrella of M.D.C. Romani Incorporated.
Hi, I'm Marlene Romani. I'm excited today to show you some new snap-on comb techniques. The use of snap-on combs will greatly reduce your grooming time and your scissoring time. We're going to be grooming with the Clipper Vac and without the Clipper Vac. So come on with me to my workstations and we'll do some grooming. This is my grooming shop, and this is the area where we're going to be doing all of the dogs that you are about to see. We're going to be using snap-on combs. We have 14 different sizes of snap-on combs, from the very small one, number 5, to the very large one, F comb. These 14 different combs are all true to size. In other words, the number that is on the comb is the true size that you're going to get in your length. We have made the numbers and the sizes of the combs large enough for you to see on the back of each comb. These combs are made with smooth material so it won't catch on the animal's coat. The backs are strong. The little ears on the back won't bend on you when you take your combs on and off. Also, if you should hit a snag while you're grooming, they won't come flying off. Here we're doing a Sheltie dog, and as you know, many of these dogs live in the home, and so therefore we have to give them short haircuts. But using a snap-on comb will greatly reduce any scissoring time. You can see that it'll layer the coat for you. I'm using a C comb, and I'm going with the grain, and I'm going without the Clipper Vac. You can see how nice it looks. It's also great on the back ends. It'll do the layering for you, and you can do it a lot faster than trying to do it with scissors. Snap-on combs greatly reduce the stress on your wrist and hands. Now, for something a little different, take the C comb and reverse it. Go right up through the animal's coat. This will give the coat a little bit more of a fuzzy appearance. You can see using that comb with the grain and against the grain really makes a difference in the length too. Now we're going to go right up into the body. You can use different sizes of combs and do this too, depending on what the customer asks you to do. We're going to do this final haircut with the C reversed. And here's our finished Sheltie with the C reversed. Now we're doing a Maltese, and we're using a 0 comb, and we're using the Clipper Vac this time. But usually with these dogs with the straight hair, they always look so tracky. But if you're using a snap-on comb a little bit larger than you normally would use and follow the grain, it'll still look real nice for you. And if you want to do something shorter, you're better off to reverse a comb and go up into this straight coat. It'll make it look a lot smoother than going with the grain and a shorter blade. A 0 is a very popular comb. Now we're going to brush this out, and you'll see how nice it looks. Even though the hair is very short, it still looks nice. Most of our Maltese that come in, people ask for short haircuts, so this is what we'll do. Using a B comb on the tail of a Maltese is nice. Clip with the grain and then against the grain for the finish to give it a nice look.
We're going to do a Cocker Spaniel with a 1.5-inch comb. We're going to do a blend on this. A lot of times Cocker Spaniels are cut real short. Try using snap-on combs and leaving the length a little bit longer and doing a nice blend. We're going to take the 1.5 and we're going to get all the way down to the tail, and then we're going to stop at the tail and do the tail with the 1.5 with the grain, and then we're going to do it against the grain. It's a hard tail to catch. Now we're going to change the snap-on comb to a number 1 and start to blend down into the skirt. This is also real nice. You could use maybe a number 3 comb on the back, then use a 2, and then go down to the number 1. It'll be bringing the coat a lot shorter in case you have customers that don't want this long look. This is very pretty. Now if you need to blend between the eyes, instead of doing it with thinning scissors, put a number 2 snap-on comb on, go with the grain and against the grain. It'll leave that area nice and full for you. Now there's the finished dog. That looks good, doesn't it? We're doing a Westie's body now, and we're doing it without the Clipper Vac. We're using a 1.5 comb. We're going to do that same blend like we did with the Cocker Spaniel. And again, you can use any combs that you want, starting short if you want, and work your way down. But since we're going to do this one long, we'll be doing the 1.5 in the top, then we come down to the 1, and our final blend will be down with a 0, and we're bringing it all the way down through the coat. After you learn to use snap-on combs, you'll use your imagination. We're doing a 0 comb on this tail. Go with the grain first. And then as a finish, go reversed. You can see it just picks it all up for you. The nice little rocker combs that you never use, these are great for between the eyes. We used a number 4 there. And we're using a 0 on the face of the Westie. Go right down through the sides. And then on the sides, if you'd like to blend it up better, take an A comb and go right up along the sides. Now this Westie doesn't have a very full head, but we still need to blend it, so we did a reverse on the head. That looks really nice. Here's our finished Westie. If you have customers that ask you to do little fuzzy faces, use the rocker combs for this. I'm using a number 3 here, but you could use the 4 or the 5 too. What's nice about this, it gets right in around the eyes. Leaves a nice little fuzzy face. On the schnauzer's head, we're also using a number 3 comb. Oftentimes when you're shaving the heads with 10 blades, they look bald. Try reversing a 4, 5, or 3, and it'll do a nicer job for you. Right in this area right here, it won't look bald. It's actually safer too. You're less likely to get calls from your customers about irritated skin. We're also taking a number 4 between the eyes. We don't want it real short like a 10. So this will just leave a nice little fuzzy look between the eyes. On your schnauzers, try using a number 3 comb and following as the hair grows. It'll look something like a 7-blade, only much, much nicer. It won't leave that defined line that we oftentimes get when we go shorter. Just work it down into the skirt. The number 3 comb or the 4 or 5 is also good for raking. It'll do your thinning for you. Just rake it into coats that you want to shorten. These little combs have a lot of uses. Now we have a number 3 comb. I love this comb for helping to do some beveling. There's just enough curve on it that helps you do this. On your American cockers, try doing the snap-on combs in reverse. You can use large combs. You can even use the number C comb if you want to. And this will keep you from getting a defined line in the cockers. You can see you don't have that defined line. On this quichon, we're going to take a C comb and we're just raking it through it. We want to do blending here, and we don't want to do it with our scissors. So just take it and rake it through. You don't have to use a C comb. You can use any comb you want. Now on this lasso, we're going to do the face with a comb. We're using the A comb, and we're just raking it down through the cheeks. Apply pressure all the way down to the skin. You can't float it. You need to actually push down to the skin. And look at the nice layered look you're getting. Same thing with the ears. Don't be afraid to use these combs in the ears. This is a D we're using now. It's very difficult to scissor something like that. Okay, on this lasso, we're using a B comb. It's a very thick lasso. It's removing a lot of hair and still making it look nice. Now let's try it against the grain. It'll bring it a lot shorter, but still keep that layered look that we want to keep. It's not so dramatic for the customer to see shorter cuts when they are nice and layered like this. This is our finish. Long-haired cats are beautiful with snap-on combs. They're great with the grain and against the grain. This one is done with a C comb. Now we're going to reverse that C comb. It's going to take a lot more off, but still leave it long and layered. And like I said before, you can go to much shorter combs if you want to. This is a golden retriever. And we're using an A comb with the grain. Very important to follow as the hair grows. It looks very nice. So many of our customers want us to change the golden retrievers into labs. And so therefore, we will do things like we're going to do right now. We're taking an A comb reversed. Now this is how we turn them into a lab. We take a half comb, go against the grain, and we do this on their back too. And you can see how much shorter it makes it, but it looks natural. And this is the little 5 comb. Wonderful for feet. Do it reversed and it'll do the thinning scissor work for you. It just gets right between the toes and layers it for you. This is the foot of the golden. Now we're going to do the ears with the number 2. Again, this is wonderful for the blending and the layering in the ears. is a B comb, and we're going without the Clipper Vac first on the one side. It's taking off quite a bit of hair. After you go forward, go reversed to pick up these straggly hairs. Now you have to go in and neaten it up later, but this is getting the bulk off for you. On the other side, we're going to do it with the Clipper Vac, the same thing. Just to show you, they're both going to look pretty similar. All these haircuts can be done either with the Clipper Vac or without the Clipper Vac, so it's your choice. On this tail, we're doing an F comb. Follow through the tail several different times. We're using a big one because we don't want to take a lot off of this tail. And after we went forward, we brush out a little bit and finish going forward. And then final, do a reverse. I never take a pair of scissors to a tail. This golden has been completed with the half comb. Here we have a Bichon. We're going to use the number F comb, which is long. This is wonderful for those dogs that you don't want to hand scissor, especially Bichons and Poodles. You can do the whole dog like this and then go back and touch up with your scissors. First, you're looking at the F comb length. Now let's put another comb on, an E comb, and see the different length that we're going to get out of this. And now we're putting on the E comb, and you'll see it's going to go a little bit shorter. I love this. If I'm using the E comb on the body and then an F comb on the legs for Bichons, I really like that look. It's also nice on Poodles. I especially like this one because these straight-haired breed dogs, the customers come in and they want short but not too short. To me, this is short but not too short. I reverse the number 1 comb on this Yorkie, going against the grain. It always looks scary when you first start this, but don't be afraid to try it. You can even go as short as the number 2 comb against. Look how nice that looks. It looks short, but doesn't look chopped. Also on the legs, make sure you go reverse. I'm going to go to a 0 comb here on the legs. It'll be a little bit longer. It's going to layer it real nice, but it's doing it backwards. Look how nice this leg looks. On the Golden Retrievers, reverse whatever comb you're using. We're using an A here. Go right up through the legs. And if you want to leave a little bit more hair on it, go to a bigger comb. Now we're going to go right up through this Golden's body with the B comb. We're trying to show you a couple different lengths so you get an idea before you do it on your own dogs. These big combs have a lot of purposes. And we'll show you a spot with the A comb reversed. used to be when our customers said, because you do a really short haircut and a golden retriever, it always frightened me because I knew I was going to leave it all tracked. But you can see how beautiful this can look. Now the finish on this golden was done with the number 3 backwards. This is the one I'm most excited about because so many times people come in and say, can you take a 1/4 of an inch off of Yorkie or a Lhasa? And it's very difficult because then you have to try to hand scissor something like that. We're using an F-comb forward and then now we're doing it reversed. And we're taking off quite a bit of hair, but it's not going to appear that way. Go right up through the legs, right up through the body. Now that looks beautiful to me. I did a haircut and it doesn't even look like I did one. Now on this Yorkie's face, we're taking a snap-on comb, a 0, through the side of the face to avoid a lot of scissoring, and so it will give us that nice layered look on the side of the face. Again, follow as the hair grows. And apply pressure. That looks very nice and layered, but if you want a little bit more layering on the side, reverse that comb. Bring it up through the side. And I'll do a lot more blending there for you. What we're after here is saving a lot of extra scissoring. Now we just touch up with our scissors and he looks cute. I'd like to introduce to you our other quality products. The Clipper Vac system, which is made in many different models from a small lightweight portable to a multiple station unit. Quiet force dryers, a 1 motor and a 2 motor with variable speed control. Snap-on combs with 14 different sizes. Work styling stations, groomers utility cabinets. Pet support systems used to restrain active pets, coin-operated pet washes fully automated, designed for the business entrepreneur. Educational video on force drying techniques. We also have a pet grooming school.
For more information, please contact us at M.D.C. Romani Incorporated, 2860 West Pike Road, Indiana, Pennsylvania, 15701, or call us at 724-463-6101, or fax us at 724-349-0237. Visit our websites at www.clippervac.com or www.mdcromani.com, or you can email us at cvac@microserve.net.